From KATU News, this is breaking news.
That breaking news, a magnitude 7.9 earthquake just south of Kodiak, Alaska, triggering tsunami watches along the Oregon and Washington coasts. The good news, those watches were canceled just about 90 minutes ago, but not before giving people in the coastal areas a pretty good scare. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Brian Wood.
And I'm Valerie Hurst, in for Angelica Thornton. Now, while the imminent danger has passed, that doesn't mean you should brush this off. We have team coverage for you this morning. KATU meteorologist Rhonda Shelby has the difference between a tsunami watch and warning.
But first, we go to Genevieve Rayome, who's live in Tillamook County. Genevieve, this can be used as a learning opportunity.
Yeah, as Jordan McGraw with Tillamook County Emergency Management said, this was kind of a hurry up and go home situation. But that hurry up aspect is something people should really learn from. They should figure out exactly how they're going to react in situations similar to this. And one of the first parts of figuring that out is knowing where to go. We are here at Cape Mirrors in Tillamook County, and I want to show you this evacuation map, this tsunami evacuation map. It shows you exactly where you should go depending on where you're at. You can see it says we are here. It's got all different kinds of arrows. Another good aspect of this, something you should know, is what you should do if you feel an earthquake. Drop, cover, hold, move immediately inland to higher ground. Do not wait for an official warning. And this tells you, you can see the tsunami graphic there, where you should go. Basically, just get to higher ground. So that's one of the first aspects of this emergency preparedness plan that people should prepare for. Of course, this varies depending on where you are up and down the coast. But this is something many people in Alaska realized this morning, how quickly you might have to act in these situations. So make sure you not only have that emergency plan, but also that emergency kit with you. Make sure you have that first aid kit, that food, that water, also a communications plan in place with your friends, your family, so they know where you're going and where you want to meet. These are all important conversations to have, and now is definitely the best time to have those conversations to make sure you're prepared for the future. We're live in Tillamook County. Genevieve Rayome, KATU News.
Thanks, Genevieve. Also important to know exactly what kind of conditions are in place when they do issue these tsunami watches or advisories. First of all, that's really more the monitoring stage for you as someone who is interested in the situation. They're usually issued right after large earthquakes with no confirmation of a destructive tsunami happening just yet. And at this stage, in the tsunami watch stage, they may be upgraded or they may be canceled. And we certainly saw today that tsunami warning, watch was canceled for the west coast of Oregon and Washington. So a warning is completely different. That usually means there has been some kind of widespread inundation either occurring or underway or happening somewhere. Visual confirmation usually happens, or dangerous flooding. And this is also when you start to hear sirens and people start evacuating to higher ground. So luckily we did not have a tsunami warning this time around. And coming up, we're going to talk about our forecast. Rain is now back in the forecast. You can see the coast getting rain now. We'll time out when it arrives here ahead in 10 minutes from now.
All right, Rhonda, thank you. And we have seen those warnings before. You know, the last tsunami that hit the west coast was after a 9.0 magnitude earthquake in Japan in March of 2011. The worst damage in Oregon was reported in Brookings, where at least 70% of the town's harbor and more than 100 boats were destroyed. The high water left behind an estimated $7 million in damage and months of repairs. 2 people had to be rescued after they were swept out to sea. You can count on KATU to continue following this breaking news all morning long. You can also find information on our website, KATU.com, as well as our Facebook and Twitter pages.
6:03 right now, your Chevy Equinox time saver traffic update. Rhonda's talking about rain returning to the forecast. We're definitely starting to see some wet roads on your commute at this point. Take a look at 205 up in Vancouver, heading southbound across the Glen Jackson Bridge here. Plenty of road spray kicking up. Not much of a delay so far on this route. Definitely a time saver. 205 is going to be for you over I-5 South, getting really congested approaching the interstate bridge there. But taking a look in Clackamas County, 205 nice and quiet both north and southbound so far as you come across the Abernethy Bridge.
6:04 now to your voice, your vote. Oregonians have until 8 tonight to turn in their ballots in the special election.
And remember, it's too late to mail them, so you'll need to take it to a drop box. At last check, the Oregon Secretary of State's office says 28% of registered voters have turned in their ballots statewide. Officials say they typically see that number surge right before the deadline.
Historically, in the January special elections, we've had a couple in the last 10 years. with one issue, and those tend to be about 50% turnout. So we're trending right in the ballpark.
A reminder, Multnomah County has opened a second elections office in East County to make it easier for people who live there to get a replacement ballot or other assistance. For more information about the measure on the ballot and drop box locations, just head to our website, KATU.com.
A live look now at Washington, D.C., where hundreds of thousands of government workers will head back to the office today. President Trump has signed a temporary fix into law ending the government shutdown. Senate Democrats voted to pass the bill in exchange for a Republican promise to take up DACA and other issues. They don't have much time, though. The bill only funds the government through February 8th.
Investigators tell us they expect to release new information today about a deadly shooting at a Northeast Salem apartment complex. Police were called to reports of a shooting at Columbia Village Apartments on Fisher Road Northeast last night around 5:30. When they arrived, officers say they found one person dead. A neighbor tells us she heard at least 4 gunshots. At this point, police haven't released any information about the victims or possible suspects.
The man who murdered a Central Oregon Community College student will spend the rest of his life behind bars. It was an emotional day for the parents of Kaylee Sawyer, who got the chance to confront their daughter's killer in a courtroom yesterday.
I seen it before me, and broken in pieces. So to this day, I've never got the closure of seeing or touching my girl one last time.
Edwin Lara kidnapped Sawyer in 2016 while working as a campus safety officer. He tried to sexually assault Sawyer before killing her. We talked with Sawyer's parents moments after Lara was sentenced.
This doesn't in any way describe that you'd say that this is justice. It doesn't feel like it. This doesn't really do anything for making me feel better about this situation.
Lara still has other cases pending against him in California, as well as a federal case. If he's sentenced to more prison time, Lara will serve out the sentences consecutively in Oregon.
One person is dead and another missing after a volcano erupted near a popular Japanese ski resort. Officials say a member of Japan's self-defense force was killed while taking part in training exercises on the mountain. At least 10 others were hurt. About 80 people became trapped at a cable car station at the top of the resort. Rescue crews had to slowly take them down a mountain pass. People living near the volcano are being warned now to be ready to evacuate and to watch out for fallout from the mountain.
Time now 6:07, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. We talked a little bit about the rain coming back today, but today I think we will see some of the rain intensity increase from what we've seen lately. Here's what I'm expecting today after I looked at the computer models. I think we'll see moderate rainfall by the middle of the day, and it actually could turn heavy by the time we get to tonight. And my thought process on this is from watching the models here, as you can see, we could see anywhere from just 1/10 of an inch of rain to 6/10 of an inch of rain, which is just over 1/2 an inch by 4 o'clock this afternoon, which means the first part of this storm system looks pretty potent. The second part, the cold front, as it comes through tonight into tomorrow, looks as though it could produce about 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rain around the metro area in spots. So that means standing water, an all-out sloppy commute later today and into tomorrow morning, and generally just really sloppy weather conditions here for the next 24 to 48 hours. So things are about to shift in that direction, and also some pretty breezy wind as well in this forecast. We talked about the high wind warning for the coast earlier in the show. We don't have any wind warnings here, but wind gusts could be up to 25 miles per hour. So we're just getting started. Most of the light rain has been spotty, intermittent, and not a lot going on right now in the Portland metropolitan area. I do expect this to increase, though, by mid-morning to midday for your Tuesday forecast. So here's what to expect. 48 is going to be our daytime high today, not too far off our average high for this time of year, which is about 47 degrees. And we'll be looking at a south wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. But like I said, I think we'll see wind gusts near 20 miles per hour at times with some road spray here and there. And sunset today will be after 5 p.m. at 5:04.
6:09 right now. Things slowing down in a couple of spots across the map for us, but no major delays so far. Nothing that should surprise surprise you too much if you're heading out the door soon. Check out Highway 26. This live camera is right around the zoo, so here are your eastbound lanes coming down the hill toward the tunnel. We've got a lot of road spray kicking up here. No, but your speeds look pretty good still as you approach the tunnel coming in from this direction. Not much of a delay all the way from Hillsborough so far. 205 South still nice and quiet coming down from Vancouver. I'm not seeing really any brake lights all the way down from the Salmon Creek area, but I-5 you're stacking up well before Main Street now, so that's going to be a pretty significant delay bringing you across the interstate bridge. If you're looking for a time saver, 205 still definitely a better bet at this point in the commute. Mike Warner is coming inbound on that 26 drive for us as well. Mike, coming up around Sylvan doesn't look too bad as far as your speeds are going.
Yeah, speeds are going pretty good. Actually, traffic is moving along pretty nice so far. It's already after 6 o'clock. But look at this road spray that we're throwing up already. And it's only been raining for about 20 minutes. And at times, the rain has been pretty good, leaving quite a bit of water on the road already. So if you're coming out here, prepare for that rain. But other than that, the traffic looks pretty good all around the city so far. No major incidents that I've seen.
Okay, thanks, Mike. We'll check back in with you soon.
At 10 minutes past 6, we're staying on top of that breaking news. A tsunami watch along the Oregon and Washington coast canceled just about 2 hours ago. We have a live look at the waves hitting the shore in Lincoln City now. What you can do today to make sure you're set up for emergency alerts.
But first, Bank of America has some unhappy customers this morning. The change inspiring an online petition.
And next, a new report is revealing Trailblazers star Damian Lillard met with team owner Paul Allen last week. What he reportedly requested in the one-on-one.